Hello everybody. So I've got my LC Smith 8 here and the LC Smith and Brothers, the older version. And while I'm working on these, I thought maybe you guys would want to see kind of how this all goes together inside this part here. Let's take this rail back and out for a minute. This is your paper release lever in the long run of things. So here is the paper pan and assembly out of the machine at the moment. Okay, when that mounts in there, let's get it the right direction. The two screws going up to the back plates here and here of the machine go through here and here of this. But you don't have to take this whole paper rest assembly out to get at the feed rollers. The feed rollers will be in these rods like this. Let's use this as a workbench for a moment. Okay. So here's an assembly here, and you know it's got like a feed roller, a spacer, another feed roller, that kind of thing. You got to kind of hold it all together, get it all on there. Each end of that stem is divoted for the receiver screws in the carriage assembly. So you back, like I backed this one screw out over on this side. I didn't back this side out over here at all. So that'll just receive that end. And this side can now go in like this. Like so. And now you tighten that screw in there. You'd be loosening it if you were removing that rod, but you wouldn't have to take, again, this whole assembly out to get at these. I'm just showing you how this goes underneath there. And this whole assembly can lock down now if it wanted to, like if it wanted to cooperate. There. See how the plate kind of snaps into place? I don't know if you caught that or not, but now it's snapped together. These glide along the bottom of the paper rest, the paper tray rather. Okay. What happens is when that's in there, this rod, which is, we got this little cam roller thing, goes to the paper release lever over here. Okay. So when that's in there, you've got corresponding these guys here go on this rod in here, okay, like that. And what those do is they come down on the two corresponding points of the bottom of the paper rest here assembly, and that allows you to lock it in or release it. That's all it does. So you have to mate these two up with these two tips here. Now let's go look at this LC Smith and Brothers machine to try and make further sense of what I'm saying. So I just did all new feed rollers in here. So when you've got your paper rest tray in back here, those two see these two like U-shaped catches, those go on to, so that's the paper rest, and those are spring actuated on the back side. I'll just show you. See, there's the springs to each, and how those correlate is to this screw here and this screw here. Let's get this platen out of here. This platen just locks in like that. It's got two of these on each side. If your carriage is over too far on this side and you go to open it up, you're going to hit that. You have to make sure you're over here a little bit to clear it, and then you can get it farther enough out. Platen will just lift out. Beautiful. Now, okay, so when you're, here's these fingers that made up, I was telling you about, how they made up to the catch of the bottom of the paper pan. But, well, I'm going to undo this so you can see what I'm talking about here now too. Let me just get these in a little bit. Okay. When you're trying to get underneath there, don't pull the whole assembly. Just undo this one, undo this one. These are those little fingers I was showing you. Now you're free to open this up and bring it forward. And now you can access all your, let me try and get you in here. You can access all your feed rollers. The ones underneath here, you just got to pull it a little more forward. See? You can get at all three of them. And again, it's just the screw that you're really trying to get at, because then you can pull that whole assembly out. When you go to put this back in, okay, you do that, right? That's that snap, catch, whatever you want to call it. Again, these fingers need to correspond to each of these. I wish I could get you some light in here. Hold on, let's do that. Let's get some light. Okay. So again, here, bring this one down. You try and pair those up. Now the thing is you would think, okay, I just tighten them down once I've paired them up, right? And keep this, of course, in the up position. Yeah, it's not enough tension that way. You have to put the platen in, okay? You have to have the platen in to give that enough downward pressure to make the right adjustment. Let's just lock this in. Okay, so in keeping this in the up position, you've applied now the downward pressure of the platen to the paper pan, and you've got these down towards the latches. Now you can tighten them down and keep them down as close and as tight down as you can against those receivers. Just gonna okay. And then do the same over here. You have to keep them against it, or you're not going to have enough tension to drive the paper through. These are just the rests that the back of the paper tray itself rests on, just some felt. I just made two pieces of felt, or one piece, I folded it in half and put those there. They ride that slide, but that gives it something to rest on when that's in there. But now with the right amount of pressure, see how that can catch and release and push down. If you didn't have, I'll try and get you a good image here. If you didn't have the platen in there, you wouldn't have enough tension, even if you did hold that in the up position, to drive a piece of paper through. So let's just stab one in there now. See? So if that's in the down position, you got the paper, ability to pull it out. But if that's in the up position, you've got enough tension to drive a piece of paper through. So that's how you get the tension to those feed rollers. But you have to do it with the platen in. And then you're off and running. Alright, everybody. Have a good day. Take good care.